There we go. There we go, folks. We had some issues. Now they're all sorted. Now they're all sorted. Beautiful. Just a little. There we go. That's better. That is much better. All right. Then we have the campfire going. Yeah, we're okay. I think we're up and running. I think we are up and running. Yep. Cool. All right, we've got the fire going here. We've got the snow. We've got the outdoors. I think we're all right. We've got a little bit of snow coming down. Wow, the Streamyard feed seems a lot more clear than the YouTube feed, which I think, yeah, that's not a bad thing. That's all right. I'll adjust my position here. There we go. Welcome to the fire. Welcome to the fire. I'm just going to put this out right now on Twitter and see if we can get a couple of people, a couple of friends to join us. We shall see. All right. Hope everyone's having a good night. We've got some flurries coming down. I'll try and keep the snow off the keyboard. I'm going to adjust the covering. Keep the snow off the keyboard if I can. Yep. Okay, that might help. There we go. I'm going to stoke the fire a little bit. Just going to see if we can get a little more light coming out of this. Just hang on. All right. What a good night for a fire, right? Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Cheers. Oh, that's some cold water. So this fire's been going about 8 hours now. So there's some pretty good embers, some pretty good coals in there. And yeah, hopefully this brings a little bit of ambiance into your evening. This is not a bad little place to have a fire. It's all right. I am not sure if you can hear the crackle of the fire, but it's going pretty good. Just going to put a little welcome in the chat. Not to be presumptuous, but just in case. And the whole point of this broadcast is just to test out and try out Streamyards. So far, so good. I think Streamyards is working okay. Yeah. All right. Good enough. I'm pretty happy with it. I think, pretty sure you should be able to hear the crackle of the fire. I've sent out a few invitations, so maybe we'll have some people join us. We'll find out. If not, that's okay. I'll just hang out by the fire. I'm fine with that. Nothing wrong with that. And it'll give me a little chance to become familiar with Streamyards, so, which is a streaming program platform I haven't. Ooh, is this how? Oh, you know what? I think we have a surprise visitor, and I think I just figured out how to add Captain Block Me Spock. Hello, sir. Can you hear us? Hello.
You slag. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Sorry about that. I'm new. It's my first time. It's my first time.
That's what she said.
She did, and she meant it too. And you know what?
Lucky for me. Yeah.
I could tell it was her first. I'm sorry I didn't notice you till now. I think I was drunk.
I crossed the street.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Well, no, I'm trying to figure out how to use Streamyards and how to. Well, no, you couldn't have been there for. Come on now. I've only sent the invitation out a few minutes ago.
Anyway, I can't find the other it's in the chat. Over.
Now. Oh, Low Spec has joined us.
Who?
Low Spec Linux Laptop has joined us.
What about any of the Dolly?
No.
Lovely Debbie Biscuit. Antique.
Not that I can see. No, sir.
Got to get the lovely. So you get the then. Remember, ladies. Always on the Vegan's. Oh, damn. Done. Wow.
Captain, can you hear me okay?
No.
Am I choppy?
Yes. I can't hear it.
Well...
Yeah, I can hear that.
I can hear that. Ooh, we have a Mr. Buck Adams joining us.
What's that? Right, them. Everything I do, you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the feed is choppy for everybody, but you seem to be fairly choppy to me.
No, you're choppy. I'm perfect.
Well, obviously.
You got feet. My voice, which means that your speakers are going in your head. And then it's an internal talk to him myself. Hello, man.
Oh,
Hello, Frank. You looking tonight? Oh, thanks very much.
Mm-hmm.
I like this on the radio.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I'll have to get some earphones then.
I mean, you know, it could be worse. It could be you're not. Can you hear me? This is Fandango.
Right.
Right?
Oh, this is better. I can hear you better now.
I can hear you better now.
Ooh. And Mr. Buck Adams?
Therefore, the audio that's going off into my microphone, over the interwebs, Canada, out your little speakers, and then back into my speakers, into your headphones, out your speakers, into your headphones, into my speakers, back to me, causing a feedback loop. I can hear myself talking, except when I can't. No, I can't hear anything. I can't hear myself or yourself. I either get both of us or neither. I just want to get you, not me. I'm not going to hear myself, obviously. I'm in my head. No, I can't even hear you. I can't hear you at all. What's going on? Are you talking?
No, but you can hear me now.
Yeah.
You can definitely hear me. Okay.
So obviously you need yourself to solve the problem.
Captain, can you ghost for me for 1 minute? I'll be right back with, I think I can solve the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. No. Hello, welcome to It is I. Hello, evening and welcome. It is I, Captain Cockney Spock, your Huguenot of hipster hubris. That is correct. Your pop of Pope culture, the thinking man's Robert Meyer Burnett. That's right, it's me. Doing a guest spot right now on the Wherever I Am, someone else's channel. I know, it's all about me really, isn't it? Captain Cockney Spock. Coming at you like a beam, like a ray, telling you that the Rashomon effect is bollocks. I don't care if it is a trope namer. It's rubbish. You can't film something that never happened. That is just complete nonsense. That is breaking the central promise, the central premise of all cinema. That is correct. Suspension of disbelief. Now you can have points of view, angles, incomplete information. Sure, no worries. You know, dream sequences, trips, all that kind of stuff. Surprise endings. Oh, it's just all a test. Kobayashi Maru. But one thing you're not allowed to do as a filmmaker is film a lie. Film something that never happens. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you, the usual suspects. The worst film ever made. That piece of shit. That's not a twist ending. That's a load of bollocks. That's the filmmakers going, ha ha, everything you just watched, it never happened in the context of the movie, which is already a work of fiction. Right, Spidey?
Hi. I'm a fucking amateur.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously I need earphones, otherwise it reverbs into the chat.
Yeah, but you've got good looks and enthusiasm, and that goes a long way.
It's all I've got. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir. And I've got a fire. I've got a fucking fire.
And you got a fire. You got, and a machete and water. You got everything a woman and more.
I do. Do you want? We might as well. Oh yeah. We might as well play with some big knives.
Let's go knife juggling. I've got my hunting knife and a police truncheon. What have you got?
I can cut down trees.
Yeah, it's not a knife. This is a knife.
This is a pretty fucking dangerous.
That's got a serrated edge. You can cut some teeth with that, couldn't you?
I can cut firewood is what I need it for.
Well, you could also, if you wanted to be absolutely literal, could probably.
You could, but you could cut the head off a moose.
Well, I was going to say,
if you need to.
If it's that small, you might as well just snap the twig.
Well, right, exactly. Well, no, this is fucking... I don't know if but this is 14 inches, pal.
This is what?
I think I've never seen anything 14 inches, but I think that's 14 inches.
That is what she said. 14 inches and serrated. Not bad.
Mm-hmm. And with a lock, see the green little tab here? That's a locking.
Put that shit in place. Put those nasty away.
Exactly.
Nasty.
So you don't cut your fingers off, gents.
Exactly.
Yeah. How have you been, Captain? I'm glad you popped on. Holy shit, you were Johnny on the spot, weren't you?
Yeah, well, I saw the link. Oh, I just happened to be. I'm just watching the entire season of The Expanse, which I've been waiting a year to do. And then
I haven't seen it
I went
yet.
onto Twitch, and there you were. Perfect timing, really.
Well, thank you for coming on. You know, I miss streaming with you, sir. It's fun. I really enjoy streaming with you. And now we've got some. We're nothing without the chat. So
we're nothing without the chat. And yeah,
right.
Fuck them.
Well, no, that's your thing. I don't want to step on your toes.
All right, just let's stick with the first bit. Well, they're both my thing, but you clearly want to drop just the first one. Weird Echo says Buck Adams. Quite right. Subscribe to me. There's no echo there. Low spec Linux laptop. There is also a way to do echo cancellation without headphones, but headphones is best. Yep, I don't have headphones, and I haven't got the same problem. So, quite right. Low spec Linux laptop. Headphones are one of the solutions, but they're not the only solution. I found a solution, and it's not headphones.
Yep. No. What is it?
Better quality audio equipment. I don't know.
Ooh.
A good microphone. Although I've got shit internet, but that's a different issue. Can't be perfect, can we? But my audio is pretty good.
You sound much better now than at the start. You sound great now.
If I may say so, I've got a pretty sweet audio setup.
Yeah, no, fair
One
enough.
day I'll tell you what it is. You won't believe me. But yeah, internet's choppy, but the audio, the microphone and the headphones are all good.
No, I don't believe you already.
No feedback here. You won't be hearing what you're saying back from my headphone microphone setup. Oh no. No dear. No sir, no madam.
Mm-hmm.
Arborist? Don't mind if I do. What?
No, he was. I'm assuming Buck Adams is asking because I've got the fold-out saw.
That owns a boat? Oh, that's a harborist.
No, this does look like an arborist tool. I'll grant it, but if you live in the country, if you go into the woods, you just need one of these. That's the way it is.
Yep. You know? I was light gardening today, just secateurs. Just, fighting back the branches.
Oh, it looks... you've got some beautiful trees and plants and cicadas around your place. It's beautiful, Captain.
Yeah, quite nice. Not very practical. I think in that video there's one satsuma tree and that's it. But, yeah, quite pretty this time of year. Middle of the scorching summer that it is.
Mm-hmm. The satsumas, yeah, the little oranges, yeah, I love those.
Yeah, tangelos, tangerines, dreams, yep. I don't know, one of the three.
Yeah, no, I prefer the Japanese word, absolutely.
Is it?
Well,
there's so many types, satsuma.
Sounds Japanese to me, sure.
Sure, well, isn't it?
I'll buy that for $1. So I liked your unboxings. There.
I like yours.
There's no issues with the post then. Well, no, it takes forever to get shit here. I've got a wood stove showing up for my tent. I bought a winter tent. You put a wood stove in it, and it gave a delivery date from between what was it, December 3rd and December 24th.
Yep. Well.
Holy fuck.
In between
there's 3 weeks.
Better late than never, bro. First world problem.
But which is it? Right. I mean, I'm glad that they've narrowed it down to the fucking month. And then they just drop it off outside on my door, so I'm not sure.
Well, there you go. You got to have a good postal service, good relationship with your postal service, and beyond that, get them a beer for Christmas or something.
Oh, at least.
You'll be all right.
So. I'll give them a beer and a joint. Absolutely.
A few beers. Well, if that's allowed in your region. If not, more beer.
Oh, well, I think after the actions of your Prime Minister, it'll be legal where you are pretty soon, hey? I mean, you can't have hypocrites now, can we?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Standard mode. Yeah, hello, say hello to our Prime Minister. She's allowed to smoke it, break the law, do it illegally, but no one else is allowed to. In the meanwhile, it's tea, coffee, and aspirin. And now she's trying to make tobacco illegal. My goodness. So freedom lost every day. Still, as long as she's all right.
What do you
Illegal
mean?
plants,
Well,
compulsory.
it's illegal to grow it.
Don't get me started. You can't
Right?
look at it, smoke it, grow it, buy it, sell it, think about it, talk about it, unless you're the Prime Minister, in which case you can smoke it
which case you
illegally,
can do all of the...
go live on TV, tell everyone that you smoked it illegally, and suffer zero consequences whilst refusing to legalise it for the
See,
pledge.
that's what I don't understand. Where does the zero consequences come up? How does that...
I think it's called blatant sheer double standards, rubbing your face in it, getting trolled by your increasingly arrogant betters, basically. I thought they were meant to be our decromatically something representatives, aren't they? Diplomacy decromatically represented. I can't say the word. Democracy, democratically. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Does that... Hey, Captain, do you know I had my first bot today?
What you bought today?
No, I had my first bot. With the ones that come on with the sex channels. I've never had one before. It was quite the occasion.
Oh, a bot! Like a sex
bot.
robot.
Yeah, not one delivered to my door, I don't mean.
No, I mean an online sex bot.
That's right.
Was it on your channel or was it the Cardinals?
No, on mine. Yeah, just on the stream earlier. Yeah, the
really?
part of... Oh yeah, it was great.
You have arrived.
And do you know who took care of it? Mr. Scuba Pete.
Oh, well done, Scuba Pete.
Yep,
Scuba Pete.
That's right, and Raquel Briggs was there, and that's exactly what she did in text form. She did the whole Scuba Pete. Yep, absolutely.
It's brilliant. I can't even think of Scuba Pete without thinking of Professor Blueskin,
right?
Smart Lady, and the way
Same here.
Says, Scuba Pete.
I know, because it's so infectious, right? She just does it with such
level of
enthusiasm.
That and Snorter Pooper Scuba.
Oh,
Snorter Pooper Scuba!
Well, I can't blame her there, really.
Exactly. Poopy!
So I think Buck Adams is looking...
And apparently I'm in the village. The professor said I'm in the village. I thought, I'll take that.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means either, but I'll take any attention I can get. But she said, Captain Cockney Spock, you're in the village.
Well, in
so
the village.
I'm taking that.
There we go. We put Captain Cockney Spock's link in the channel for Mr. Buck Adams. He's trying to find your channel.
Thank you,
Molecular
everyone.
Arts is here. We are nothing without the chat.
Yep, just a couple of subs short of 325 as we push to 350.
Beautiful.
Fortune.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
And
I only care about numbers. Don't care about personal relationships or the friends we make along the way. Just subscribers.
I'm not sure.
Give me those sweet numbers. That's all that means anything around here.
Not sure that's accurate.
No one respects you unless you got 500 subs. You're just a nobody until then.
Not sure that's accurate.
They do.
But, and you know who else is in the chat? Low Spectrum Linux laptop is here.
Low Spec, who is actually apparently has got now a laptop that is exceeding his name. The Pirate RMP. Put it the Pirate Robert Meyer Burnett.
He's upgraded.
You mean me?
He's upgraded.
The Pirates.
Good on him.
Lads. Well, we still haven't resolved who's right about Reservoir Dogs. It hasn't been resolved. I think I'm right. He thinks he's right. It hasn't been resolved. No one's cared to resolve it. I mean, I know I'm right, but bless him. Captain, I can't find your channel. Yeah, I can now. Thanks very much, everyone.
I put it in there twice. Hey, Captain, does that look like a bot to you? The Judith Skinner, VAS.TECH. It looks like a bot to me, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, either that or they're very drunk and they don't know what they're writing. I mean, it's nothing rude, but it does seem. I mean,
we've all been there, right?
Ask them to write something human. Judith Skinner, write us a quick essay on is Deckard a replicant and why? If you don't,
Right.
we'll assume that you are a replicant. There you go.
And if you're a replicant, you know what happens to replicants, Captain?
They get retired pretty quick.
Fucking right they do.
Fucking A. That's it. You suck on that bong. You suck on that bong like it's an engagement, baby.
Ooh, like it's Cara Thrace. What? Who?
Oh,
Where?
nice. No,
What?
not her. Who's the one that? Who's the Admiral of the Pegasus? You take Cara. You take Starbuck. I'll take the Admiral.
Really?
You know the one.
Yeah, she's a bit old for me. She's in her 40s, isn't she?
She's brunette. She's powerful and she's grumpy. Just how I like her.
Ooh, right. Yeah, fair enough.
God, that'd be just, isn't it your perfect woman? Someone with her own starship. Take me with you.
Yeah, but if I've got my own, what do I need hers for then?
Well, his and her starships, I guess.
It's like if I've got a job, why do I need her to work then? I'm not sure. Okay, sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. You see, in your science fiction and fantasy, your ideal woman should have her own starship. So you both have a starship. She'd have a luxury cruiser. I'd have, I guess, some Millennium Falcon type deal, but with a nice garden.
Captain, I do believe you've just picked up another subscriber from Mr.
Bless
Buck
your
Adams.
cotton socks. That's what we need. Bit of friendly competition.
Cheers,
to keep
sir.
everyone else. Nicely
Buck Adams.
Done, Buck Adams. Is that like a cross between Buck Rogers and Douglas Adams, or what?
The cut of your jib, sir. Yeah. Just the name is fucking masculine, you know?
Bitty, bitty, bitty.
And
okay, Doug.
He said he lives in the woods. Well, right.
All of them.
Fucking Buck Rogers. Anytime I hear the name, I think Buck Rogers. Well, that or Uncle Buck with John Candy, of course.
Uncle Buck Rogers. That would have been John Candy as Uncle Buck Rogers.
Oh, my God.
Your good friend that was somehow launched into the last of NASA's deep space probes with your uncle.
See, there's some fan fiction right there. Someone
Uncle
should
Buck
do that.
Rogers. I like it.
We should get Jedi Bill on that. Or Fet for Hire.
Get him
Someone
on that.
Yeah.
As long as it has a nice, an equivalent of Wilma Deering, I'm in.
Is she still alive? She might be up for it.
Who? Erin Gray? Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
She's probably still
checkers.
good looking. I'm
sure.
guarantee she's still good looking.
Always.
Right? Yeah, Buck Adams. Yeah, man. I see ya. I own a few axes, man. I know you live in the woods, so do I.
We all live in the woods now.
I guess we do, sir.
Yeah, you've got to. It's, the longer you can go without noticing that civilization's collapsed, the better.
Do you know who just joined us, Captain Cockney Spock?
I'm putting the blame on Tony Blair and Sir Patrick Stewart, but that's just my personal take on things.
Oh, shit! How long has he been in there?
That's
I cannot believe.
Yep.
I am so sorry. Molecular Arts. Welcome. How long have you been back there?
Probably 3 hours knowing you, Spidey.
5 minutes. Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm sorry. I've been paying attention to Captain Cockney Spock and I didn't see you there. I'm sorry. Welcome.
No worries.
Welcome to
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Fantastic.
Yep. This is the first time I believe we've streamed together, sir.
I think so.
And boy,
Welcome,
if that doesn't sound like a Queensland accent or Victoria.
Doesn't work like Australian accents work differently. You know, in North America they're kind of regional, but in Australia it's basically city and country. So you could be from a city anywhere in Australia and you'll tend to sound the same, whereas if you're from a country area you'll tend to sound different. If that makes sense.
Agreed. It does. Yep. I've
So
spent
I'm
some time in
slicker,
Port Douglas.
Is it the Wagga?
Yep. Far North Queensland, absolutely. And Brisbane as well. Love Brisbane.
We sometimes call it Bris Vegas because
Yes,
it's
you
a
do.
resemblance to a certain gambling capital in America, North America.
Indeed.
What, Atlantic City?
Arr.
Yep. Now I spent some time in the Gap.
Oh,
Just
Oh, the,
north of Brisbane in the Gap.
Bris Vegas, mate.
Yep.
Where's Vegas?
So, are you experiencing the hot weather that Captain Cockney Spock is?
I don't know where the captain is, I'm afraid.
Oh, I'm in the old New Zealand there, mate.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just south of Sydney, so I don't know if it's been pretty humid here. We had quite a wet summer so far. I'm sick of the humidity. But New Zealand tends to be a bit cooler.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yesterday it was rainy and cloudy, and today it was dry and hot. So just very changeable as usual.
Yeah. Well, it's only 22 at the moment, but it's still quite. We just had a little bit of rain actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you near Mr. Spider-Man? Are you near how far are you from Nunavut territory?
Ooh, that is
I'm probably mispronounced
north. Nunavut? No, yeah, Nunavut is correct. Yeah. That is driving. I got to say, probably 3 days from where I am. Yeah, that's a few thousand kilometers north. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing Australia and Canada have in common is that we've got a lot of space and not so many people.
That's
in
right.
other parts of the world, and a lot of space is empty. It's wilderness for different reasons, perhaps, but wilderness.
Yeah, a lot of that space is between our prime minister's ears, I think. Yeah,
it's funny because it's true.
Very empty. Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah. Sorry.
I've said I've spent some time down in a place popular with surfing in Yamba, if you're familiar with that. Yeah.
I was never a surfer. I grew up in Tasmania, which doesn't have a great deal of. I grew up inland as well, so I was never into surfing, and so I've never been part of that culture, and so I couldn't even tell you where the good surfing spots were. We have surfing here where we are, but I've never done it really. I can't stand up on a board.
I've tried it. Captain, have you ever tried it, surfing?
Surfing the internet, yes, but actual surfing in the ocean, no. Just bobbing up and down in the shallow part of the waves, that's enough excitement for me.
I tried sailboarding once.
Yeah, it was just too much. I'm waiting. You know, we're big on snowboarding and skiing here, obviously. I've lived in Whistler. A lot of Aussies living in Whistler. You won't find any Canadians. You'll mostly find Aussies up in Whistler.
Is that Colorado or Washington? It's the northwest.
British Columbia.
British
BC,
Columbia. Okay.
Yep. It is in the northwest, southwest for us.
That's as close as I knew.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
And just beautiful snow and terrain up there, but a lot of Australians up there. And some Kiwis as well. Yeah, a lot of different accents.
Yeah. Well, if you live in Sydney or Melbourne, you have to drive for hours to get to anything resembling skiing country.
I've been to Mansfield. I have spent...
Go good for you.
Well, The Man from Snowy River was one of the best films ever made.
Okay.
Friggin' love it.
Yeah.
Is it better than Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Well, that's a bit of a stretch. But no, it's a great film. And that's beautiful terrain. So I was there in the summertime. It was fantastic.
Well, Australia is very, very flat as continents go, you know. And most of us, if you look at the population, most of us are living on the coasts. And there are mountainous regions sort of, you know, we've got the snowy mountains sort of inland, and it spans sort of New South Wales and Victoria. But yeah, you've got to be dedicated if you want to ski in Australia, or you fly to New Zealand.
Threadbow. I've heard Threadbow is one of your.
These are very touristy ones. I mean, I don't know if they're how good they are as far as skiing goes, but these are Threadbow and
Mount Bulla.
There's a few famous ski resorts.
But I've spent some time in Tasmania. I've got some great friends whom I met, actually, speaking of, in Whistler. They came up to explore Canada for the winter and ski. And so then when I was touring and backpacking around Australia, I went down and visited them in Tasmania. And I was in Launceston for Festivale, and which is their annual festival, carnival, and it was fantastic. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Well, that's where I grew up, actually, Launceston.
Launceston. Okay, right. Yeah. Shout out to Justin, who lives there. He's a chef. He taught me how to make a sauce using red wine, barbecue sauce, and Vegemite.
Okay.
Oh my
Vegemite,
God!
eh?
Wow, unbelievable. Yeah, really good. Red wine, Vegemite, and barbecue sauce. It's fantastic.
I have to think about that.
Yeah.
Give it a-
No.
maybe give it a try.
Well, yeah, it was good. We went in northern Tasmania. We went up to. He had a friend who had a place on the northern shore, and we picked oysters right off the rocks.
Right.
Like plastic bags full of the oysters right off the rocks when the tide went out.
So this was on Bass Strait Prep. So if you travel north from Launceston, you follow the Tamar River, and you come to places like Greens Beach, and Bass Strait's interesting because it has a double tide. It's because
it was beautiful.
you know it's that little bit of water that separates Tasmania from the mainland, and
Yes,
it's
yeah,
relatively shallow, and so it can be tricky if you're sailing, for example. You have to be a bit careful, but it has a double tide apparently. But yeah, so that
They have sailing races there.
actually probably the most famous yacht race in Australia is the Sydney to Hobart race, which kicks off after Christmas, and everyone's at home. You know, for us, the biggest holiday of the year is it's of course Christmas here is warm. You know, even though we have Christmas trees and we even might sprinkle some snow on them, or fake snow.
Santa in shorts and so forth.
Santa, yeah, if you're one of those guys who's employed to play Santa, you might die of heat exhaustion. It's not good. But you know, that's the major holiday is sort of over the Christmas New Year period here, and we have the Sydney to Hobart yacht race, and that can be quite exciting if you're into that sort of thing. But there's also a Melbourne to Hobart. There's a few yacht races on at that time.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Nunavut because it has an island in a lake, on an island in a lake on an island.
Oh, that old one.
Apparently, yeah. According to NASA photographs.
Island in a lake, and an island in a lake, and an island in a lake, and an island in a lake.
Yeah.
Is this a joke?
No, it's
well,
perfectly serious. Canadian Spider-Man, like
I-
a lot of the most surreal things in real life, just basic reality, phoning it
I
in.
just,
once
Reality
again.
I
is
just Googled it.
stranger than fiction. Wow.
So, according to Dr. Google, an unnamed isle in Canada's Nunavut territory is the leading contender for this island superlative. And that's this is from NASA. Yeah.
Well, and
It's a bit like
yeah. Wow.
You see a lot of maybe I'm a bit of a geography nerd, but if you look at I don't know if they still exist, but if you look at the India Bangladesh border, you'll see some triple enclaves. So you've got a piece of like India inside a piece of Bangladesh inside a piece of India. Must make border crossing very difficult.
I like the
no
political
kidding.
equivalent. Interesting.
The what
Yeah.
equivalent? Sorry.
So that's like the political equivalent of a.
That's a political. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can have lakes and islands, or you can have enclaves. Yeah.
Like there's a bit of non-contiguous Russia next to Poland, which I think we should invade.
Yeah.
But
An
anyway,
exclave.
What?
yeah, an right.
It's called an exclave. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, if it's a dot inside
Wookiee
your land,
supremacy,
it's an
was it?
enclave. But if it's a dot in someone else's land, it's an exclave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's it spans. It's between. You're right. It's between Poland and Lithuania.
Yeah, it's like extra. It's non-contiguous. That's like extra country. You can't. They'll all be doing it next. Ridiculous. Not like Russia's not big enough. It's already crossing 2 continents. As you were, Russia. Get back.
That's right.
Back from the Ukraine. Back to the USSR.
Oh, that was the Beatles, wasn't it?
Darius
Yeah.
Munchausen.
Well,
Hello,
Oh,
sir.
speaking of World War III, it's Darius
hello.
Munchausen.
Hey,
I'm
what's
sorry.
up, guys?
Why World War III? God.
Oh, because Russia's going to invade the Ukraine in January. I have it on good
Oh well,
authority.
yeah. No, I've heard there's tension.
Whoa, holy
I
shit.
mean,
And
obviously,
it'll all
I
be
hope I'm
over a
wrong.
skit, a misunderstanding.
It could be a skit. Maybe Putin's doing a skit.
Welcome,
Darius.
Darius.
Belarus, really.
Glad to see you, man.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, no, I can't stay real long, but yeah, I saw you were having
No,
guests on, so I wanted
welcome.
to say
Well,
hello.
I'm just
I saw your
work-
stream earlier.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just working out how to use Streamyards, so welcome to it.
Oh, look at that. It's
Yeah,
still
well, you
daylight
figured it out
outside
without
here.
my help.
Yeah,
Since
thank
this
you.
is
On the previous
first
stream,
time.
I appreciate your help. So thanks.
Right. Oh, nice. It's at the cork out of my breakfast.
And Scuba Pete caught the first sex bot, and we've had 2 in the stream. I've just had to block them,
Scuba
Captain,
Pete!
since they didn't respond to
Oh.
your challenge earlier, if you recall, to identify themselves, and no, they were blocked, so they are bots.
Good.
And
Yeah,
Buck
no, it's
Adams
best
has
to
a
just
question.
hide 'em.
Like your face, Spidey, blocked by the
Yeah,
numbers.
I've hid them.
Ugh.
How do you know
Buck
they're not
Adams
real
had a
ladies
question,
coming after
Molecular
you?
Arts.
Sorry.
I have no time or money for ladies, so I'm sorry. Yeah, not gonna happen.
I can't give you good
Uh,
advice there. I've been married for 20 years, so I've been out of the game a while.
Fair enough. Buck Adams, I do know you from Midnight's Edge. You're absolutely correct. And he's asking, for those of you who are familiar with the term, what bogan means and if it's derogatory. And I'll go to the Aussie first. Molecular Arts, what's your take? 'Cause I know my opinion.
It's contextual. Well, I guess this is probably true of a lot of countries. In Australia, we bond by insulting each other, and so you
Yeah.
could call your mate, you could call your friend a bogan, but it's in a friendly spirit.
That's
But
right.
if you want to, insult someone, you could call them a bogan. You know, God, this bogan doesn't know what he's talking about. So yeah, I mean, technically, I would say it's an insult because you're saying that basically
Yeah.
a person of room temperature IQ, shall we say?
Okay.
Depends
Yeah,
on the temperature
that's
of the
how I
room,
took
mate.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how I took it.
Yeah. So you've got to look at the context.
Context, everything,
Yeah.
mate.
I
Basically, your average Australian geezer, mate, is a cunt or a good cunt. And then obviously if he's a bogan, he's a
Again,
bogan cunt, mate.
it's contextual. I wouldn't say that in front of my mother-in-law.
But you could call your friend, absolutely. It's like a jackass, I would assume, or more of a country folk context to it. In my understanding of it.
You're more of a raw kind of, don't send me the raw prawn kind of there, mate.
So,
Yeah, it's contextual.
Darius, have you heard the term bogan?
A long time ago, but it's not a term I use.
Sorry.
No, it's not a term I would use, but I'm familiar with it. I know the
I
Aussies
don't think
do
I
use
ever
it.
knew what it meant.
I've got family in Bunbury, Western Australia. Austerland, actually. Shout out to Austerland. Spent some time there. I used to think I wanted to live there until this whole coof thing happened, and then, no. I'm good.
Australia inherited a lot of the. We're still in many ways hungover from being a British colony, and so we still have that authoritarian mindset, I would say, or our leaders do.
Canada, perhaps, as well. And by the way, feel free to say COVID or motherfucking COVID on this channel. I will never be monetized.
That's
never.
another one that's copyright me, by the way. Motherfucking COVID-19.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everyone.
Well, right. It was you that said that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put some wood on the fire if you
My gift
wouldn't
to the
mind
world.
carrying the show and
Motherfucking
doing my
COVID-19.
work for me.
So,
You did say that
Captain,
first.
Yeah.
Captain. From your accent, are you Cockney or are you from that area?
I'm not actually a Cockney. No, to be a real Cockney, you've got to be born within the sound
You're
of
born
Bow
within the
Bell.
sound of the bells of what's the
Bell.
church?
Yeah,
Sorry?
the bells of the bells of St. Lemon's. There's something else.
Right.
But
Bells
yeah,
of
no,
St.
I was
Clemens.
born in Warsaw, Poland. So nowhere near Cockney as it happens. But
Was
yeah,
your
like
father in the military? Or?
Yeah, no military, but funny to mention that I'm surrounded by soldiers, just 28mm ones, basically models. But no, like a typical Londoner. I'm from Poland, but I'm an expat immigrant because I'm now in New Zealand. I mean, obviously, I'm from New York. Well, not from New York, obviously. I lived in New
Well,
York.
it's funny. A lot of famous Brits were born in other places. I think. Where was John Cleese born? I forget.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got me there. Don't know. Munchausenshire. John Cleese. No, George
I'm already looking
Washington.
it
He
up.
was born in Northampton, wasn't he?
Oh no, I was wrong. Dr. Google tells me John Cleese was born in Weston-super-Mare, Somerset. Yeah.
Weston-super-Mare. Oh, I like the way you said it though. Weston-super-Mare.
Was it Murray? I'm an Australian. I can't speak English properly. So.
That's even better. All right there, Weston-super-Mare. That sounds like a nice name for a lady. All right there, how are you, Weston-super-Mare?
Who am I thinking of? There's a few famous Brits who are not born in.
John Candy is actually from Canada. No, that's not one.
Right. Mick Fleetwood.
Mick Fleetwood. He's from Fleetwood
Mick
Mac.
Fleetwood. Yes,
that's
from
a band,
Fleetwood
not a place.
Mac. Where was he born?
No. Is
Dr.
his middle
Google
name
will
Apple?
Where was he born?
Cornwall.
I'm consulting the internet.
Mac, of Apple, man.
Okay. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah, his father was in the Royal Air Force, and I think he might have been stationed in Egypt. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, bloody pyramids, eh?
Or are we talking Sangin?
Oh no, I was wrong again. He was born in Cornwall.
I'm expanding the area. It's gone from 4 foot square to 4 foot by 6 foot. I'm expanding it at the edges, Spidey. We've got a bigger diorama.
Perfect.
Ah, there he is.
That's it.
Wow.
Picture of him in Star Trek.
He was in Star Trek.
Yeah, he was. He played that fish-headed alien man in The Next Generation.
He was in the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, The Runner. Was it?
The Running Man.
The Running Man, yeah.
The Running Man.
Oh, The Running Man, yeah.
I think he was in Running Man.
This
yeah.
is the real Quaid. It is.
Yep.
I'm
Quaid.
Yep.
You're
Quaid.
That had
me.
Get to
that
the
had
chopper.
the best game show host in history, bar none. Shout out to Bob Barker. I'm talking about Richard fucking Dawson. Best game
Richard
show
Dawson.
host ever. Okay. And the Running Man. He was the game show host for the Running Man. Right?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, unless I'm misremembering.
Right.
The same fella from Hogan's Heroes. He was on Hogan's Heroes as well.
Let's play a game called What's Your Daddy and What Does He Do? Fuck your freedom. You wear a mask like I wore a condom with the maid. You wear a mask.
No, Richard Dawson, best game show host ever. So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy Christmas. I mean, Merry Christmas. Not Christmas, it's the summer. It's June over here. Fuck your Christmas. It's Pagan Winter Festival.
Are you wearing shorts?
Summer here. Get to the chopper.
You're wearing shorts every day?
Every day I wear shorts. Austrian shorts with the lederhosen.
I could wear shorts here for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, fuck your seasons.
So when's the last time you made a snowman?
Well, it wasn't Christmas, obviously.
No, obviously not.
No, not lately. Have you seen it? His cicada video?
Yeah, I just watched
it
this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yep. I think they got louder at the end.
They stopped right on cue. It was brilliant. No, that was different cicadas in the background. Little smart asses. I hadn't paid those ones off.
Now, that was a good video. The greenery was just fantastic.
Yeah, a very unconvincing backdrop, I know. Just a bit of watercolor.
Yeah. So, Darius, I know that Alberta has a lot of snow and cold. How about where you are?
It's pretty cold. Probably not as cold. We've no snow right now, but we do get snow. We're surrounded by Great Lakes, so we don't get tornadoes or hurricanes, but we do get snow.
Good.
And sometimes
a lot. Are you expecting
a
green Christmas?
Oh, I don't know. The weather is all chaos, man. I don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect.
Well, it's those guys with it's Elon Musk with that weather machine, right?
No, it's HARP. It's up in Alaska. They have that tower called HARP. Right, it's the High Altitude Atmospheric Research Program.
Oh, I don't know about it.
No, but there was a whole,
No.
conspiracy theory about. If I could still say that word, but yeah, that it basically it was secretly a weather control device.
From one tower.
Yeah, basically they would fire, I don't know, microwaves or some other type of beams that would reflect off of the upper atmosphere, and they could basically, I guess, cloud seed on the other side of the world. I'm not saying that it's true, but if anyone can control the weather, then HARP would be the first choice.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow.
But
I think the Saudis, was it the Saudis that did some? They made it rain over the desert.
The Saudis.
I heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think it would be the Iranians. I know, right?
No rim shot.
All right.
Yeah. Because some of those countries have a lot of wealth, and they got a lot of oil wealth, and they have some very well-developed urban areas, and they have some high technology. And I think the Saudis in particular are heavily invested in Silicon Valley. But it was. I thought it was the Saudis, but yeah, they basically.
They gotta be once that oil runs out.
Well, they'd want to know how. They'd probably be interested in how to make it rain.
Black gold runs dry. What?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yep. So, are you familiar with cloud seeding?
Yes. Is that where they put silver oxide in clouds?
Yeah. Basically, they induce them to rain.
Yes.
And they were
sort of like pregnant women. Same sort of method.
Kind of like that. Pregnant clouds. Yeah. And so
basically.
Yeah. Well, I guess this would be like the pollination of the cloud in order to induce rainfall. But yeah, so, I'm not sure what they used in Saudi Arabia.
With cloud seeding, you need a substance that acts as a nucleation source. So water molecules will not necessarily spontaneously combine into a water droplet because basically the thermal energy will just blow them apart again. So they need something to condense around. And so particles that are used for these sorts of applications act as, that's why they call them seeds, because they're acting as a source for the formation of a liquid water droplet. Memory serves, they use potassium iodide, silver iodide, and other salts, basically.
Well, you're the one I was about to ask about that anyway.
Yeah, ask me any chemistry. Well, don't ask me any chemistry questions because I'm strictly speaking, I'm not a chemist.
You're particularly knowledgeable about the THC compound. I was very impressed with that, sir.
I know a little bit about a lot of different compounds.
Yeah, no, I studied chemistry. Right? I took a course in university that close to going chemistry instead of anthropology. That close. But you have to memorize a lot of nomenclature in chemistry. So.
Yeah. It's the same is true of life sciences, biochemistry. There's a lot of
geology.
Remembering facts, yeah.
Yep.
As opposed to something like physics where they reduce everything down to
formula.
Physicists try and reduce everything down to the simplest components they can.
Or astronomy, where everything is just named.
Did you hear about the chemistry major had his gold watch stolen?
No.
He went, "Hey, you."
Hey, you. Aurum. That's the Latin word for gold. Aurum. Mm-hmm. There's a good explanation. Right. So there's a few elements in the periodic table that have weird symbols, like Ag is silver, which is argentum.
Argentum.
Mercury is
that Greek?
Hg, which is hydragium. So there's quite a few like that.
And lead is plumbum.
Lead is plumbum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So chemists will even talk about plumbate. So they're a class of compound which still uses the Latin root.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roots.
Actually, the only exception there is. Sorry. was going to say tungsten is that was because of the way it was discovered. There was an argument between, was it the British and the Americans? So at one point, tungsten was also called wolfram, which is why the symbol for tungsten is a W. And I think it was a battle of, precedence. Funnily enough, there are 2 elements named after this obscure town in Sweden called Ytterby.
Yeah, like
you've got ytterbium and yttrium.
They're high up on the elemental chart, aren't they? There's some of the later editions.
Ytterbium is a lanthanide. So it's at the bottom, yeah. You've got the lanthanides and actinides.
Yeah.
That's the bottom 2 rows of the periodic table.
Is californium
chocolate
in there as well?
Box, neutrality, and uranium. And,
californium is still there, so is americium.
Is there a canadium?
No, sorry.
I don't think so.
There's no. Well, most countries don't have. Well, I mean, there are named individuals in the periodic table. You've got Einsteinium, Curium, after Marie Curie.
Yeah, but is that a real element? I mean, come on.
Well, those elements, they're super heavy. They're transuranic elements, and they, in some cases, only a handful of atoms have been made.
And do you know what isn't on the periodic table, Spidey? You might be amazed to know. The element of surprise.
Oh, that's very important.
That should be number 1, really.
It should be. I was shocked. I was like, why isn't it on there?
Right?
Like, okay, how meta.
That's right. No. Well,
Isn't it
I was
borium?
very impressed with.
There are all sorts of hilarious chemical names. Yeah, there's a borium. Well, there's boron, and there's a lot of boring compounds. There's a
107.
Say, how is that show?
There's an organic compound called adamantane. Does anyone remember
Adamantium.
Yeah, there's an adamantium.
Of course.
Well, there's a compound called adamantane, which is a hydrocarbon. Nothing to do with the fictitious adamantium, which is what Wolverine's claws are made out of, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I have my pop culture cred there.
Yep. No. Yeah, that's the only thing that gives Spider-Man a hard time about Wolverine is his adamantium skeleton.
Adamantium claw.
Now, I remember when I was a little kid, I had a periodic table, and I think it went up to element 105, right? And then 106 was called unilhexium, right? And then
those are placeholder names. So when they discover a new one, before they decide on a proper name, they'll just give it a.
Wow.
Yeah, they essentially give names to the digits. So, what's 106? So that's hexium essentially,
right.
which sounds a bit silly.